Bishop, we have the defendant Vincent Luis Haynes. He's facing 2 charges: expired registration and failure to maintain financial responsibility, and a motion to dismiss. Mr. Haynes, can you please, there you are, Mr. Haynes, there, unmuted. All right. So, Mr. Haynes, do you wish to summarize your motions at this time?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
In my notice of abatement, I am asking for the court to show that it can uphold the Constitution in reference to Article 6. I am basically stating that I am a natural person. You know, I'm in the court even currently right now with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and the notice of abatement just goes to the heart of the matter as to the jurisdiction, both subject matter and personal jurisdiction, and to make sure that these proceedings are done to assure equity and fairness. I realize that this court may not provide a remedy for me. And so at that point, I'm asking for adjunctive relief, if that would be.
And there it is. Right out of the gate, Judge Hudson shuts him down. This is not a civil courtroom where you sue for damages or ask for remedies. This is criminal court, where failing to keep your car registered or insured is literally a crime, even if it's just a traffic violation. Notice how Mr. Haynes tries to mix legal jargon like equity and civil remedy into the conversation? Classic sovereign citizen move. But here's the thing. Those terms have zero weight in this setting. The judge is making it crystal clear. Traffic tickets aren't optional, they're enforceable. Let me ask you, do you think Mr. Haynes really believes his strategy will work, or is he just stalling for time?
Mr. Haynes, you're using terms that are civil terms. This is a criminal court. These are Class C criminal charges, which carry a fine as their punishment. This is not a court that gives a remedy to a defendant. You are charged with a citation. You are charged with a crime based on the actions of a police officer.
Who did I offend?
No, sir, hang on. I'm not done.
Okay.
So I want to make sure you understand you're using civil terms. The rules that apply in this court are the Texas rules of criminal procedure. And those are the rules that dictate how the hearings and trials will proceed. And it is the Texas laws which grant this court jurisdiction in these matters. I'll make sure you understand that. If you wish to continue to summarize anything, you may, but I want to make sure you understand you're using civil terms. This is a criminal court.
Okay. Even in a criminal matter, ma'am, I still have a right to face my accuser. Again, that's what the abatement.
Because this is a first setting, and if you plead not guilty, there will be a trial. But as you've seen here tonight, many people plead no contest or are guilty. Therefore, there is an opportunity to hear and have all the accusations presented in court. You just have not gotten there yet.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Bishop, does the state have any response to the abatement motion?
Yes, and I'm just seeing this motion for the first time tonight, but it appears he says that the court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over this ticket, and therefore the action should be abated. And I'm summarizing that. The state's response would be that this court has jurisdiction to hear citations for traffic violations and Class C misdemeanors in the city of Dalworthington Gardens. And so,
boom. The prosecutor keeps it simple and direct. These violations happened in Texas, inside the city, and the court does have jurisdiction. Period. Sovereign citizens often argue that no government has the authority to make laws over them. But here's the legal reality. When you drive on public roads, you're agreeing to follow the rules of the state. Driving is a privilege, not a right, and every single state court has upheld this principle. The prosecutor's response is like a reality check. This isn't a constitutional showdown. It's about expired paperwork on a car. But Mr. Haynes? He's not backing down.
It appears these tickets were all alleged to have occurred in Dalworthington Gardens, and therefore we respectfully request that the defendant's motion be denied.
Your motion for abatement or notice of abatement,
It's a notice.
your notice of abatement is filed, sir, but there's no action that this court is going to take at this time. And you have filed a motion to dismiss. Before we go into that, sir, there's a couple of things that I want to make sure to put on the record. You've been here in the Zoom courtroom tonight. At the start of court, I went over rights and options that defendants have. Did you hear those rights and options, sir?
I heard the rights and options that's pertaining to those particular defendants, yes.
Yeah, that was to every defendant set here tonight. Do you have any questions about those rights and options?
I mean, I don't understand them pertaining to me.
Well, they pertain to you because you have received a citation and you're charged with this offense. You may not agree with it and you may not like it, but they apply to you because you were in the city of Dalworthington Gardens and received these citations. So that's how they apply to you. Now, as I warned everyone at the start of court, you have the right to be represented by an attorney. And if you wish to have time to consult with an attorney, please let me know and I will give you a pass until next month's docket. Otherwise, if you do not have an attorney hired to represent you, you will be held to the same standard as if you were an attorney. So at this time, sir, do you wish to represent yourself or do you wish to have a continuance to consult with an attorney?
I'll represent myself.
Okay. All right. All right. And if you do not have any other questions about the rights or options that I went over at this time, we can proceed now to the motion to dismiss. If you wish to present that at this time, you may summarize your argument for the court at this time.
The motion to dismiss comes from the fact that I put a notice of abatement in, and I never got a response from my notice of abatement. Just basically asking the court, for its jurisdiction. You're explaining how your jurisdiction kicks in, but it's not relating to what I'm saying. I don't go by misnomers, and I seek, the honorable court to apply fairness, and equity. This court does not state whether or not this is a court of equity. You're telling me right now that this is a criminal court. You're saying that this is a criminal case, and you're not really presenting a crime that I see that would be tantamount to criminal proceedings. But again, everything is laid out in a motion to dismiss, and I feel that it is warranted because the court does lack subject matter and personal jurisdiction in this hearing.
Response from the state, Mr. Bishop?
Motion to dismiss should be overruled, Your Honor, or denied. State has jurisdiction here. This individual was using the roads or highways of the state of Texas. And by doing so, as is driving being a privilege, not a right, was bound by the laws of the state of Texas when driving.
And here comes the classic sovereign citizen finale. I make no plea. In reality, refusing to plead doesn't stop the process, it just forces the court to enter a plea for you. And that's exactly what happens. The judge enters not guilty on his behalf and sets him for a jury trial. What's fascinating is that Haynes seems to think withholding a plea somehow protects him from the court's authority. But legally, it just wastes time. If anything, this ensures he'll face a jury, where his arguments about sovereignty and divine authority are unlikely to win over 12 strangers.
The allegation is he has violated those laws, and so this court would certainly have jurisdiction to hear those citations. I believe there are two of them. One is registration. The other one is failure to maintain financial responsibility.
Court has reviewed the written motion to dismiss, has heard the summary from the defendant, Mr. Haynes, response from,
I
prosecutor, Mr.
object,
Bishop.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, sir, what did you say?
I said I object,
To what, sir?
because there's no city, state, or government that should make a rule or law that abridges my right to the freedoms and the privileges of the continent or the land of the United States. I'm a natural born man,
Okay,
and
that objection, sir,
I
that
have a
objection, sir,
constitutional right to be.
sir, I've heard the objection. Your objection is overruled. All right, your motion to dismiss is denied at this time. The allegation in the citation which you signed states that you committed 2 violations in a location that is within the territorial limits of the city of Dalworth Gardens.
Do you have the actual
County,
ticket?
Sir, you need to be quiet and listen. Within Tarrant County, within the state of Texas, that establishes subject matter jurisdiction for this court to hear this matter. The court has not made any ruling in regards to guilt or innocence at this time. However, that does give the court authority to hear this case. Therefore, your motion to dismiss is denied at this time. Now,
Do you have
sir,
the actual ticket, ma'am, that I mailed back in?
I don't know if you mailed it back in or not, but I have the copy that you received notice at the time and that you signed it. And that is all that is required.
I signed it under duress as well.
All right, sir, are you ready to proceed to trial tonight on your cases?
Proceed to trial tonight?
Yes, sir. This is the contest docket. You've indicated you wish to represent yourself, and you are facing the 2 charges of expired registration.
I need
and
to have
failure
a
to
trial by
maintain-
jury, ma'am. Everything.
Okay, well, we're going to get to there. So to the charge of expired registration, how do you wish to plead, sir? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
I make no plea, ma'am. I'm not pleading. I do not accept your jurisdiction.
Well, that's the step to getting set for a jury trial, is if you're going to plead not guilty. Are you pleading not guilty and requesting a jury trial?
There's no plea that I'm making.
And here comes the classic sovereign citizen finale. I make no plea. In reality, refusing to plead doesn't stop the process. It just forces the court to enter a plea for you. And that's exactly what happens. The judge enters not guilty on his behalf and sets him for a jury trial. What's fascinating is that Haynes seems to think withholding a plea somehow protects him from the court's authority. But legally, it just wastes time. If anything, this ensures he'll face a jury where his arguments about sovereignty and divine authority are unlikely to win over 12 strangers.
Therefore, the court will enter a plea of not guilty for you. And you've indicated you wish to have a jury trial. Is that correct, sir?
The jury trial, yes.
Okay, so enter a plea of not guilty, setting you for a jury trial. So we're going to set you for a pretrial docket, and that will be September 3rd at 7 p.m. You will get a written pretrial order. You need to read it over. It explains what you need to do and the timing. If you have any motions that you want the court to hear as far as discovery or anything of that matter, they need to be filed at least 14 days before the court, before the pretrial hearing. If you have any evidence you wish to be able to present to the jury, you need to have that marked and filed with the court according to the pretrial order. Once we have the hearing on September 3rd, you will be scheduled for a jury trial, which we have during the day. So make sure that when you come on September 3rd, you're aware of your schedule and any conflicts that you might have for September and October.
Thank you.
You will get a written pretrial order and you'll get a reset notice. We'll see you back here on September 3rd at 7 p.m. You are released at this time unless you have any question regarding the scheduling, sir.
You say back here, this is going to be on a Zoom call again?
Yes, the pretrial will be on a Zoom call. Yes.
Okay, and I'll have instructions relating to all of this as well.
You'll get it all in writing. It'll be signed by me and you should receive it early next week, if not earlier.
All right.
Okay. Just watch your email, check your spam folder, because there will be some attachments, so they might go to spam or junk if you have that. All right.
If I have any questions, I'll make sure I call your clerk.
Call, or you can send them in writing, either way. All right.
All right.
Okay. This concludes your hearing. You're released at this time. We'll see you back for your pretrial hearing September 3rd.
Yep.
And that's a wrap. The judge stayed firm, the prosecutor kept it simple, and Mr. Haynes walked away with a jury trial date, but not a single win in his sovereign citizen strategy. His notice of abatement? Denied. His motion to dismiss? Overruled. And his refusal to plead? Overridden by the court. This hearing is a perfect reminder that no matter how creative your arguments are, traffic law doesn't bend. The jury trial will be where this all plays out next, and you better believe we'll be following it closely. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Haynes is genuinely convinced by his own arguments, or is this all just performance to delay the inevitable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this case as wild as we did, hit that like button, share this breakdown with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom moments.